Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to high school basketball, junior varsity action here on Channel 15, the Rutland Region Community Television. And tonight's ball game, or this afternoon's ball game, comes to you from South Burlington High School. It's the Rebels and the Red Raiders of Rutland High. The Raiders coming into this contest with a record of 12-2, and last night a big win over the Brattleboro Colonels down at Rutland, 79-75. The Rebels, on the other hand, come into this contest with a record of 1-13, losing last night to the Spalding Crimson Tide over there at Barry. So it's kind of two different worlds here. The Rebels with a young squad and with some a little inexperience out there. The Raiders have had a good season. They've played everybody basically tough, and they've played it with defense and a lot of good passing out there, and some good timely shooting also by the Raiders. Coach Benetatos definitely stressing defense this year, and it's pretty much showed for the Raiders at this point. We're going to take a short break. The officials are standing by, and we're just about ready for tip-off here. We'll be right back here on Channel 15. Hey, back here at South Burlington High School with action to set to begin here. The Raiders and the Rebels. Junior varsity action. Mark Carboneau doing the play-by-play. Brian Mayhew on camera here for Channel 15, Rutland Region Community Television. And we've got, let's see, jumping center today for the Raiders will be Aaron Boynton. Aaron had a strong game last night, as did the rest of the Raiders here. Boynton at the center. Berejeklian, Stempeck, Bailey, and Mayhew rounds out the rest of the Raider roster here. And let's see, we'll set the Rebels here as we get into the ball game. It's number 21 for the Rebels. That's Dahl jumping center against Boynton. And the tip controlled by the Raiders. Mayhew now. Chris sets it back up outside. Now this is Bailey. Wanted to go inside. Tipped away there by number 33 for the Rebels. And Shaughnessy ahead to number 24. Johnson lets it roll off the rim and back the other way. And Stempeck holds it outside now. Bailey goes inside to Berejeklian and partially blocked down the other way. Morton. And he gets it to Davis. Davis working against Stempeck in the lane. Back outside to Morton now. Davis lets it fly from outside. Didn't get the roll. Bailey gets the rebound for the Raiders. And with we're at a tough angle here with the clock. 7:13 left in the first quarter. No score here. Bailey drives in, doesn't go, and the rebound is pulled down there by the Rebels. That's Davis, and it goes, let's see, the other side. Shaughnessy there working against Bailey. Is back out to Davis now. Well, they go to Dahl. Dahl working against Berejeklian. Goes in the lane, slapped away by Boynton. Nice play. But the Rebels retain. Here's Davis setting it outside, and he's got it. 2 points from the official here, so it's a two-pointer, and it's 2-0. The Rebels are up. 6:34, first quarter action here from South Burlington High School. There's Bailey, and they're going to get Aaron Bailey for steps, so that'll turn it back over to the Rebels here. And checking in the ball game here to, let's see, for the Raiders. So we've got a couple of people coming in. We've got Carboneau and Dwyer now. So it's Carboneau, Dwyer, Stempeck, Berejeklian, and Boynton in there for the Raiders. And the ball goes to Davis now. Davis working against Stempeck of the Raiders. There's that tough defense by the Raiders there. And the ball goes inside. It's partially blocked, and the Raiders pull it back down. Stempeck gets it ahead to Carboneau. And the Dwyer and the Boynton into the lane, and he gets it. Aaron Boynton on the board, and the Raiders are up. They're on the board, and it's 2-2 now with 5:53 left. First quarter action here from South Burlington High School. Back the other way now, Davis for the Rebels. Tried to get it inside and went off Pat Dwyer's foot, so the Rebels will inbound it here with 5:43 left. First quarter action. Get it to Johnson. Johnson goes to Shaughnessy. Stops, puts it up a little bit short. Boynton rebounds for the Raiders. Carboneau brings it down for Rutland now. Over to Stempak. Wanted to go back to Carboneau, and the ball goes out of bounds. 5:26 first quarter action here from South Burlington. 2-2 junior varsity action. We'll have varsity action following. Into the lane here, and a pass. Shot goes off the glass. It's no good. The rebound is ball is tipped out of bounds, so it'll be a Raider ball. We'll set the Raider lineup here. We've got Dwyer, Carboneau, Stempak, Boynton, and Greg Birajeklian in there now. And the bounce goes into Stempak. Everybody clears away, and Mike puts it in. Pretty play there. Stempak gets the 2 points, and it's 4-2. The Raiders on top. And back we go the other way now. Raiders bringing it down here. We've got ball goes into Dwyer into the middle, and we got a 3-second call going against the Raiders. 4:53 left in the first quarter. It's 4-2. The Raiders and the Rebels here this afternoon. And they've been waiting to play this contest a long time. We've got this was originally scheduled back in January, I think it was sometime. Got snowed out or rained out, one or the other. There's a shot off the glass, and the rebound is pulled down by Dwyer. Gets it ahead to Aaron Carboneau. Carboneau brings it up here, and let's see, it's Carboneau and Stempak in the backcourt. And let's see, the ball goes out of bounds. Let's see who it's off. The Raiders will the Raiders will retain control down here. And checking in is Matt Bloomer for the Raiders, and Stempak exits, so it'll be Stempak and Carboneau in the backcourt now for Rutland. Dwyer, Birajeklian, and Boynton. And let's see, they wanted to go to Boynton. It goes back to Dwyer. Dwyer back to Carboneau. Goes in the middle for Boynton. Boynton puts it up off the glass and in. And Aaron Boynton have the start of what looks like another good game. He had a good game last night against the Colonels down there at Rutland, and picking up where he left off here. It's 6-2. The Raiders on top with 4:03 left. First quarter action. Driving into the lane. The shot is no good, but we got a foul underneath. And it's 21 there for the Rebels. That's Dahl, who will head to the foul line. Got some subs here. We've got Dave Paller in for the Raiders, and also Drew Blickarts. Blickarts with a strong game last night against the Colonels. So it's Dwyer, Bloomer, Carboneau, Paller, and Blickarts for the Raiders. And on the foul line is Dahl here to shoot the free throws for the Rebels. And he rims that one in. That drops in, and it's 6-3 now. The Raiders on top. 3:58 first quarter action here from South Burlington High School. So Dahl hits them both, and it's 6-4 now. The Raiders up, and Carboneau brings it down now. We'll check we'll get the subs in here for South Burlington in just a second. Bloomer and Carboneau out there, and it goes to Dwyer now. And Pat going to get called for traveling, so the ball goes back over to the Rebels. And taking the ball out there is Ryan Carboneau for the Rebels, number 23. Let's see who else we got. We got number 15 in the ball game. That's Price for South Burlington. He checked in. And number 11 in there also. That's Tourville for the Rebels. The shot is up and in, and the Rebels tie this thing up at 6-6 here. 3:26 left in the first quarter. Inside to Blickarts, over to Carboneau. Aaron Carboneau's got it. And it's 8-6. Carboneau hits the outside shot, and with 3:13 left, the Raiders are up by 2 now. And bringing it up now for the Rebels, it's number 32. That's Davis. Works it into Price. Ryan Carboneau takes the outside shot. Ryan Carboneau, Aaron Carboneau going against each other here today. A couple of the family connection there. Ryan, there's a shot by Paller, is up and controlled by Blickarts, but the ball was on the line there. Some of the people in the Rutland area might remember Ryan Carboneau's brother Justin also played for the early stages of athletics down at Rutland Town. They played a year at Proctor High last year as freshmen, and now they're up here at South Burlington. The Rebels on the short end here at this point, 8-6. The Raiders on top with 2:35 left. Ball goes into Torville. Torville now inside to Dahl. He takes the jumper and he hits it. Well, the Rebels staying close. It's 8-8 here with 2:22 left in the first quarter. Sometimes these morning games, it's hard to get the cobwebs out here. And the shot goes up by Bloomer. It's pulled away, and down come the Rebels here. This is Price bringing it up now. Looks underneath the Carboneau, and it's up and in. Pretty play there by Price. He looked inside at Carboneau waiting for the ball, and the Rebels are up 10-8 with 1:57 left. Back the other way, Aaron Carboneau wanted to go inside there to Bloomer, and it's pulled away down the other end. And Shaughnessy goes into the base, gets it back to Carboneau now, and this is shot from outside off the rim there by Price. Back the other way, Conway's open, and Jake puts it up and in, off the glass. Jake Conway into the ball game, one of the freshmen there, so it's Paller, Carboneau, Bloomer, Blickarts, and Conway for the Raiders now. The Raiders 10 and the Rebels 10 with 1:28 left. This is Shaughnessy working against Carboneau. Stops, takes the short jumper. It's no good, but we got nope, they got him for traveling. So we got Torville on steps for the Rebels, and the Raiders will retain control with 1:19 left. Back into the ball game for Rutland is, let's see, Chris Mayhew checks back in, and in for the first time is Greg Sinus. Going into Paller now. Paller over to Conway. They hit Sinus in the lane, and the jumper doesn't go, and it's off of Dave Paller down there, so it'll be a Rebel ball out of bounds. It's 10-10 with 1:02 left. Shaughnessy here for the Rebels, working against Mayhew, brings it up, and let's see, they're trying to set something up to get it into Price. He wants to go inside, off the glass, doesn't go, and it's rebounded by Sinus. Dahl went up with the shot and rolled off the rim, and the Raiders have it back their way now. Bloomer out at the top of the key there. Bloomer and Mayhew the point into Sinus in the lane, and there's a block by Torville on Sinus, and it comes back the other way. We're less than 30 seconds here to go. First quarter, 10-10, the Raiders and the Rebels. Into Ryan Carboneau now, outside for South Burlington. And the ball tipped away. Bloomer picks it up for the Raiders, and got some contact before the shot. Shot doesn't go. Let's see who we got here. That's Shaughnessy being called for the personal, so that'll send Matt Bloomer to the foul line with 14.1 seconds left. And he didn't get the roll on that one. Whistle there. They got Matt, I believe, for the lane violation, stepped over the line on the shot. So with 14 seconds to go, it's 10-10. South Burlington here with the last shot. First quarter action. Price, and he goes inside. The shot goes up off the rim. It's short. Conway down the other side, puts it up at the buzzer, and off the glass it goes. And after one quarter play here from South Burlington, it's the Rebels 10 and the Raiders 10. We'll be back here. You're watching Channel 15, Rutland Region Community Television. Hey, back at South Burlington High School where it's junior varsity action. And after one quarter play, it's the Rebels 10 and the Raiders 10. Getting ready for the second quarter now. The Rebels will inbound it here with Ryan Carboneau. Let's see who else we have here for the Rebels. They're coming out with Price. Price is out there. Pretty much the same lineup they had, with the exception maybe of a couple of different players in and out for the Rebels. It's Brigham, and we got whistles. We got a foul on the play. Okay, so let's see. The Rebels will inbound it here. And Sinai's in for the South Burlington team. Also, number 13's in there, Brigham. So Brigham and Sinai, the two new additions. The Raiders going with Bloomer, Conway, Mayhew, Sinus, and Paller. Pretty much the same unit was in there towards the end of the first quarter. And the pass from Carboneau into Torville. Torville puts it up and in for the Rebels, and it's 12-10 South Burlington. Well, you look at their records, and you kind of have to wonder the way South Burlington, they're playing good ball right now. The Raiders just waiting around. They'll ignite though sooner or later. There's a shot, and tough shot there. Some of their shots just aren't going in, and a little rusty at this point. 12-10. The Rebels on top, 7-10 here left in the second quarter. And it's Carboneau now. He gets it over to Brigham. Brigham gets it to Price for South Burlington. And the ball knocked away. Sinus picks it up for Rutland, drives the lane, and it was, I'll tell you, the last couple shots have gone right off the rim here. Oh, so close, and remains 12-10. The Rebels on top. 6:42 now in the second quarter. There's Torville now working against Sinus. He gets it into Brigham. Looking for help. Goes back to Sinai. Now over to Price. Back to Sinai. Brigham has it, and he wanted to go back to Price. But Bloomer gets the ball, and he also gets squashed in there. And they get somebody with traveling call there against South Burlington. So Matt Bloomer's got to pick himself up off the floor there, and he hustles out and back into the ball game for the Raiders now. It's Aaron Bailey, Chris Mayhew, Mike Stempeck, Greg Bear-Jacklin, and Drew Blickart's in there. That's the Rutland lineup back in with 6:07 left. Blickart drives the base, and he's going to be fouled in there. Got a couple of shots here. The foul is going to go against number 23 there for the Rebels. That's Ryan Carboneau. 6:04, and that'll put Blickart's on the charity stripe for Rutland here. Raiders down 12-10. And make it 12-11 now. Now, the Raiders down by 1. Mayhew retrieves the loose ball there after the foul shot attempt, and Blickart gets the basket, and he's fouled. So a chance for a three-point play here by Drew Blickart, and that puts the Raiders up 13-12 with 5:56 left in the second quarter. And Blickart completes the three-point play, so it's 14-12. The Raiders on top over the Rebels. And we're down to 5:50 now in the second quarter. This is Torville. They're working against Bear-Jacklin and puts up the jump shot. It goes in and out, and controlled by Blickart. He gets it ahead to Stempeck. Over to Mayhew now at the point. Rebels going with a zone, and the Raiders with Mayhew getting it into Blickart, and they broke that zone pretty well. It's 16-12. The Raiders up by 4 now. And they're starting to see a trend now. The Raiders pull ahead by 4 points. Playing a little bit more. We got a whistle on the floor here. Let's see what the call is. Got a push. Call's going to go against Chris Mayhew of the Raiders. So with 5:16 left, the Raiders up by 4 here, 16-12, and the Rebels will inbound it. This is Brigham down the lane, and the shot's good, and we got a foul here on Mike Stempeck. Price put the Rebels within 2 here, and he's got a chance to complete the three-point play with 5:10 left. And it's pulled down by Blickart for the Raiders. Ahead to Carboneau now. Carboneau is in the ball game for Rutland. He's joined by Stempeck in the backcourt. Now they go to Bear-Jacklin, over to Bailey. Pretty play there, and the ball is knocked away. Nice block there by Torville of the Rebels. Well, they knew what they wanted to do, but unfortunately Torville was there to block the shot. And the Raiders will inbound it here. 4:55, 16-14. The Raiders on top. Bailey gets it to Carboneau, and he's fouled right away there by number 13 for the Rebels. That's Brigham. And it'll be a Raider ball out of bounds. Shouldn't be too many more fouls to go here before we're in the bonus. Okay, it's Carboneau now over to Stempeck. He gets the Blickarts, and they're gonna well, they're gonna get Drew Blickarts on the offensive foul. Yeah, we got 5 team fouls against the Rebels, and oh, okay, just the opposite. 5 team fouls against the Raiders, 4 against the Rebels. I thank the cameraman. I can't see the other clock, so that's the one with all the information on it. There's the pass going inside, and it's put up by Turvell. He doesn't get the shot, and it's pulled down by the Raiders now. Carboneau brings it up here. We've got Carboneau, Stempeck, Blickarts, Bailey, and Barajeklian. Barajeklian in the lane. He says, give me the ball. Now Blickarts takes it. He puts it up off the rim. The Raiders like to go inside there with the big men, and that's actually where the majority of their points come. They play a real good inside game, and 16-14 at this point. The block there by Barajeklian, and again, there's where the defense comes in. And we got a foul called against the Rebels here. This one's going to go against, I think it's Turvell. Let's see here. Got him on the arm, so I think we're going to be going to the foul line on this one. No, we got one more to waste. One more to go for the Rebels. Okay, we're 5-5 now. I got to get in the game here. 5 team fouls apiece. So we got Mayhew and Carboneau in the backcourt now. And checking in for the Raiders is Aaron Boynton. Bailey's in there, and also Blickarts. So we got a handful of B's, that's for sure. And over to Mayhew now. The Rebels going with that zone, and they're packing it in pretty tight there, and the ball goes inside, and they collapse on the Blickarts. And this time it's controlled. Now Blickarts pulls it away, and he gets hammered going in there. Well, the Rebels had it. Looked like, trying to get his number here, 32, that's Davis. Looks like he pulled the rebound down cleanly, but then all of a sudden Blickarts had it in his hands. And Drew gets fouled going to the hoop, though it's 16-14. So Ryan Carboneau picks up the personal for South Burlington. And he's going to shoot 2 here. 2 fouls, okay. 2 fouls on Ryan Carboneau for the Rebels. And 2s are wild here. Drew Blickart shooting 2 foul shots, too. Okay, so it's 16-14. 3:29 left, second quarter action, and Blickarts misses them both there. Let's see who gets possession. It'll stay down at that end. The Raiders will inbound it here with Pat Dwyer now into the ball game. So you got Dwyer, Boynton, Blickarts, Mayhew, and Carboneau. Nice play. Oh, it wouldn't go, but Blickarts is there to rebound. Puts it up again, and he gets it. On the third try, the Raiders make it good, and it's 18-14, 3:17 left in the second quarter here. All right, this is Davis working against Carboneau now. Davis with the Rebels, and he gets it into number 20 now. Flanagan is checked into the game for South Burlington, and the ball is going to be out of bounds. It'll be a Raider ball. Raiders on top, 18-14 with 2:59 left. Mayhew brings it ahead for the Raiders, gets it to Carboneau. The ball goes off the rim, and it's picked up there by number 14 into the ball game. That's Carlson for South Burlington. And he gets it ahead to Davis now. Davis working the point there, and let's see, they're going to get Aaron Carboneau for the foul out in front. So that'll be the 6th team foul. So we're 6-6 here apiece on the team fouls. 18-14, the Raiders up by 4. The shot by Davis, and it's pulled down by Boynton. Gets it ahead to Mayhew now. Raiders bringing it up. Mayhew and Carboneau in the backcourt. Dwyer's in there also. Blickart's in the lane, and Boynton underneath. And Pat goes inside. Nice play into Boynton. He misses it, but Blickart's is there for the follow and the shot. The shot drops for Blickart's, and he's fouled on the play, so a chance for a 3-point play. The Raiders extend the lead 20-14. And we're down to 2:15 left in the second quarter here. Carboneau's out and Bloomer's in. So we'll have Bloomer and Mayhew in the backcourt. Dwyer, Boynton, and Blickarts, who's at the foul line right now, and it doesn't go. And we got a foul over the back here. It's going to be called on Aaron Boynton of the Raiders. So this is the 7th team foul, so it'll be a 1-on-1 situation here. And going to the charity stripe here is Dahl, number 21 for South Burlington. Aaron Boynton picked up the, I believe that was Aaron's first personal foul. So Dahl is at the charity stripe, and it's 20-14. The Raiders on top with 2:14 left. And this is, I think this is his second trip there. I know he's made good the last time he had a 1-and-1. Made them both, and he makes them both this time around. 20-16 now. The Raiders up by 4. And let's see, we'll set the Raider lineup here. Mayhew, Bloomer, Dwyer, Blickarts, or Bear Jacklein's back in now, and Aaron Boynton also. And let's see what we got here. I think we got a foul on the play. We got a whistle. 21 with the push. And that one's going to go against Dahl for South Burlington, so this will put Greg Bear-Jacklin on the foul line. Boy, this place is quiet. And I tell you, the Raiders tough luck at the foul line. Just haven't been able to get the bounce. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a South Burlington ball with 1:58 left in the second quarter. And I'm willing to bet you're going to see a little different second half here, at least from the Raiders standpoint. 1:49 now, second quarter action. Bloomer now for the Raiders. And he's being double covered out there. They had a trap there at one point. Now he loses it. And Shaughnessy pulls Mayhew down. No call there. And now we go the other way, and Boynton intercepts. Nice defense there by Aaron Boynton of the Raiders. And it puts the ball back in the Raiders' court now. This is Mayhew. And the Rebels in that zone. Mayhew into the base, and it's picked up by Boynton, who puts it up and in. Aaron Boynton having another strong first half here for the Raiders. 22-16. And it helps to have those big men in there. If the shot doesn't go, you hope that one of them is hanging around the rim there to put it in for you and help you out. So there's back the other way now. The Burlington Rebels, or the South Burlington Rebels, come up short, and the Raiders pull it down. Boynton gets it to Mayhew, over to Bloomer now. Back to Dwyer inside. Pretty play. Bear-Jacklin didn't get the basket, but he's fouled on the play, and that'll send Greg to the foul line. (22-16). The Raiders up with just about 50 seconds left in the second quarter here. And the foul on that one was on Morton of South Burlington. Bear-Jacklin makes it good, 23-16. And he didn't get the roll in the second one, so it's 23-16, and we're less than 40 seconds here to go in the second quarter. It's Davis there, dishes, and the shot rolls off the rim. There are a lot of shots, and most of the shots are going up today. They're all around the rim here. Not dropping for the Rebels, so back the other way we come with Mayhew of the Raiders now. Working with Bloomer and Mayhew in the backcourt. We've got Dwyer, Boynton, and Bear-Jacklin in there also for Rutland. Raiders holding here for the last shot now. They want to hang on to this and hopefully get some. No, the ball goes into the middle, just as I said that. And back comes the other way now. This is Davis of South Burlington. Drives the lane, puts up the one-hander off the glass. And we got a foul before the shot. And this will send Davis to the foul line with 3.9 seconds. 23-16, the Raiders up. And Davis gets the roll to make it 23-17 now. And Davis gets them both for South Burlington. And it's 23-18, and we got a fall here. That's going to go against Davis on the inbounds pass. So we're going to take a stroll down the other end of the court. And going to the foul line here for the Raiders will be Chris Mayhew, I believe. .9 seconds here. The Raiders up by 5, 23-18 with Mayhew on the foul line. Chance to extend the Raider lead here. And it's controlled. No, it's knocked out of bounds, but it'll be a Rebel ball here with just about 0.1 second left here. And the inbounds pass. Davis puts up a shot. And after 2 quarters of play here from South Burlington, it's the Raiders 23 and the Rebels 18. And we'll be back after a short break here on Channel 15, Rutland Region Community Television. Okay, back here at South Burlington High School, we're getting ready to start the second half of play. And it's 23-18. The Raiders of Rutland High have the lead over the Rebels here. Let's set that Raider lineup here. We've got Bailey, Stempeck, Birjeklian, Boynton, and Mayhew in there for Benetatos Raiders. JV squad at 12-2 coming to this one. There's a whistle, and I got Stempeck here. He's a little bit upset of himself, but he picks up the personal. And it's 23-18, 7:51 here, just into the third quarter. Raider JVs at 12-2 on the season coming into this contest. Had maybe a little trouble getting the cobwebs out here in the first half. They had a ball game last night, and they defeated the Colonels of Brattleboro down at Rutland last night. Shot by Davis there is good, and he's going to put them both through. So Davis draws the Rebels within 3, and it's 23-20 here. And in the backcourt for the Raiders, it's Mayhew and Stempeck. Mike goes inside and comes back outside to Chris Mayhew to Boynton, and he gets the roll and in. Aaron Boynton with a pretty play, and he's picking up where he left off. He had a strong first half. He had a strong game last night. This Raider JV team, they pride themselves on their defense and their quickness to the ball, and then some good finesse passing in there. There's the press there by the Raiders, and the Rebels break it with relatively no trouble. There's a shot, and it's up and in there, and Davis is hot here for the Rebels. He's put the last 4 points on the board for South Burlington. They'll got a fall in the lane there before the shot. So it's 25-22. The Raiders on top, 7:10 left in the third quarter of play. Bailey here will inbound it for the Raiders. Throws it up for Boynton, and Boynton didn't get the roll that time. It comes back down, and ahead there is Davis for the Rebels. And there's a shot from way out there. That's put up by 33 of South Burlington. Shaughnessy, and nothing doing. Down the other end now, Boynton, and he makes it good. That nice touch there for a big man, and he puts it in. He's got a soft touch there on the jumper. Almost had a 5-second call. It was close. Back to Davis now. The Raiders are up 27-25 on the strength of Aaron Boynton's jumper there. Into the lane, a lot of foot movement there. Nothing doing, no whistles. The shot goes up, and it stays in. Dahl puts it in for South Burlington. 27-24. The Raiders up by 3. 6:20 left in the third quarter here from South Burlington High School. This is junior varsity action. Stempeck drives the base. Nice dish to Boynton. And that's what I mean about that nice ball movement there. They know how to work the ball, and they look for the open man, and they hit him. And it puts the Raiders up by 5 here. 29-24. There's the defense now. It's starting to, well, the little defense of the Rebels on their own here. Back the other way. Shot off balance, and there was a push. They're going to get Chris Mayhew on the fall, and I think that's Chris's second personal of the ball game. Well, this will send Shaughnessy of the Rebels to the free throw line, and with 5:50 left here in the third quarter. Got another one coming here. Raiders going with Mayhew, Stempeck, Bailey, Boynton, and Bear-Jacklin. Carboneau getting ready to check in for the Raiders, and Shaughnessy's 2 attempts go by the wayside, and it's 29-24. The Raiders maintain the 5-point lead here. Bailey now with the ball, wants to go inside to Boynton, and he puts it up, rolls off the front of the rim, scramble, and Stempeck dishes to Boynton, and he gets it that way. When in doubt, give it to the big man standing there in the lane, and it's 31-24. Here comes the pressure defense now by the Raiders, and it's a swarming defense. It's picked up by Davis. He gets it to Shaughnessy. This is Morton, and he wanted to go to Johnson in the lane there. And they say it went off the Raiders. It'll be a Rebel ball out of bounds here. Shaughnessy will inbound it. Gets it to Morton. And Morton back to Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy working against Bailey, and we got Aaron Bailey on a blocking foul. I'm not sure. Let's see. That's either Aaron's first or second, I believe. I think that's his first personal of the game. So with 5:08 left, the Raiders on top, and here comes Davis now. He's in the lane, and he gets it over to Morton. Morton, there's a shot and a nice block there by Boynton. Well, Boynton got all ball. I don't know where he... Well, they got him on the foul, though. Must have hit him with the body going in. This is Johnson. This will put Johnson on the charity stripe here. 31-24. The Raiders up with 4:59 left. Raiders are up at halftime there, 23-18. And they've pretty much... had things their own way here in the second half. The shot by Johnson, and he's got another one coming here with a couple of subs coming in for the Raiders. Checking in for Rutland is Blickarts and Dwyer. So it's Blickarts, Dwyer, Mayhew, Boynton, and Carboneau for the Raiders. And Johnson at the free throw line doesn't get the second one. He gets 1 of 2. It's 31-25. And 4:56 left in the third quarter of action here from South Burlington High School. This is junior varsity basketball, and the varsity game will follow. A big matchup between the Raiders and the Rebels. Boynton goes up, and there we go. Boynton's been the man of the hour here for the Raiders. Another strong game by Aaron Boynton, and there's that pressure defense of the Raiders with Dwyer and Carboneau now pressuring Davis in the backcourt. They're just about going to get it up in time. And let's see, the ball goes into Johnson, and Davis puts it up from outside. Boynton with the big rebound clears it ahead to Mayhew. Chris says, well, let's hold it up here a second. And he gets it to Carboneau. Back to, all right, works it around the top. Bounce pass in there to Chris, lost the handle, but it's picked up. We got steps, though, on Johnson of the Rebels, and it'll turn the ball back over to the Raiders. The Raiders on top 33-25 with 4:05 left in the third quarter here. Bounce pass to Carboneau. He takes it from outside, hits the front of the rim, but Blickarts with the big hand pulls it down, and he throws it up off the glass and in. 35-25, and the Raiders extend the lead with a little pressure defense. Davis being hounded by Dwyer and Carboneau again on the trap, but they break free down the other end. Nice play by the Rebels. 24, that's Johnson with the score for South Burlington, and it's 35-27. And the Raiders on top. Dwyer now. Mayhew over to Carboneau. Going inside. It's tipped away. Blickarts wanted to knock it out. Davis picks it up. And the possession arrow will favor the Raiders this time down. Into the ball game now for Rutland is Greg Sinus and Jake Conway. So we got both diaper dandies in there. We got Conway and Sinus. And then we got 3 sophomores in there. We got Dwyer, Mayhew, and Blickarts. And there's Chris Mayhew. Nice look inside. Going to Blickarts off the glass and in. Pretty play, Mayhew to Blickarts, and the Raiders are up by 10, 37-27. This is Price, and he gets it over to Torville. Torville, and that doesn't go. Ball tipped away by Blickarts. Nice block there. And back we go the other way. The Raiders with a 37-27 lead here with 2:57 left. Conway going inside to Sinus, back outside to Dwyer. And we got 3-second call going against the Raiders. Set that, the Raiders will head back on defense, and the Rebels will inbound it. Ryan Carboneau goes to Price now. Price will bring it up. We got some subs in there for South Burlington. Sinai's in there. He's got the ball now. Back to Ryan Carboneau. Carboneau down in the corner there. Now they go underneath, and the shot goes up. We got a foul. I think. See who this one's going to go against. I believe it's going to go against 5-0, and that's Drew Blickart to the Raiders. So he picks up the personal. And let's see. That's Drew's second. So with two personals on Blickarts, and a shot up by number 11, Torville. And into the ball game now is Dave Paller. So Paller replaces Blickarts. Drew with another strong game off the boards. And the Raider lineup has Mayhew, Sinus, Paller, Conway, and Dwyer in there. Second shot there by Torville was good, and it's 37-28 now. The Raiders on top. Conway, nice move inside, put a little bit too much on it. Back the other way we go with the Rebels. This is Sinai now. We got Sinai and Price in the backcourt, and the Ryan Carboneau wanted to go inside. The ball picked away by Paller. Mayhew, and tough ball to handle down there, so Chris loses the control there, but it's going to go back over to the Rebels with 2:06 left, 37-28. And the Raiders go into their zone defense now. They got the 2-3 zone underneath. This is Sinai outside. And the shot goes up, and Ryan Carboneau with the rebound, he puts it in. Ryan Carboneau on the board for the Rebels. And South Burlington hanging around here. It's 37-30. And the Raiders now back out. This is Mayhew, sets it up. Now he drives a base, dishes into Paller, turn around, and Dave Paller puts it up off the rim. Carboneau clears for South Burlington. Ryan Carboneau, and it's back to Sinai now. Sinai works it back out to Price. Ryan Carboneau at the top of the key inside to Torville. Now they go back, and it's Sinai. I wanted to go back to Ryan Carboneau. It's picked up by Conway. Conway off the glass and in. Pretty play by Jake Conway. A couple of old renewing acquaintances from Rutland Town, Conway and Ryan Carboneau. And Conway gets the bucket, and it's 39-30. There's Price now. And he's going to take it from outside. He gets the bounce off the rim, and the rebound up by Torville. And he's hammered by Pat Dwyer down there. So Dwyer's going to pick up the personal with 47.8 seconds left. Second half action here. The Rebels and the Raiders. The Raiders on top by 9, 39-30, and this will send Torville to the charity stripe here for 2 shots. And tough luck there for Torville. He gets both of them off the rim. Doesn't go, and it's 39-30. The Raiders with a 9-point lead, and we're down to less than 40 seconds here left in the third quarter of action from South Burlington High School. Conway goes back to Mayhew. Good hustle there by Chris to retrieve the pass, and the Raiders will set it up here for one last shot before the quarter. Goes into the middle, back outside. Good ball movement in there by the Raiders. Down to 19 seconds now in the quarter, third quarter action. Conway a little short with the pass back to Mayhew, and it's picked up by Price of the South Burlington Rebels. Gets it to Sinai. Over to Ryan Carboneau, back to Price. He wants to set it up, takes the shot, and it's short. Pretty play, Paller ahead to Conway, a little bit too hard off the glass, and it's picked up by Price at the end. And after 3/4 of play here from South Burlington, it's the Raiders of Rutland High 39, the Rebels 30. And we're going to take a break here on Channel 15, Rutland Region Community Television, and we'll be back. Okay, back at South Burlington here, it's 39-30, and we get ready to start the 4th-quarter action. There's a shot up, and it's good. Shaughnessy opens things up here and puts the Rebels within 6 points. It's 39-33 with 7:45 left in the 4th quarter. We got Conway in there. Conway goes to Paller, the bounce. Nice move up, and it doesn't go. It's a good move there by Paller. He was able to draw the fall. Set the Raider lineup here. We've got Mayhew and Conway, Dave Paller, Pat Dwyer, and Greg Sinus in the ball game. This will put Dave Paller on the foul line for the Raiders. And he got the bounce. Makes it 40-33, the Raiders now. Got one more coming here. And it's pulled down by Torville. South Burlington picks it up, and it's ahead to Price now. Price, we've got Price, Torville. Number 20 in there, that's Flanagan. Flanagan's in there. 14 is Carlson. And Shaughnessy. Shaughnessy loses the handle, gets it back, lets it fly. Pulled up by Paller now, the Raiders. Paller ahead to Mayhew. Chris goes inside to Greg Sinus, drops it in, and it doesn't go, it comes up short. Torville pulls it down for the Rebels, and he gets it out to Flanagan now. Flanagan and Price in the backcourt for South Burlington. Wants to go inside, being hounded by Conway. There's that Raider defense again. Dwyer working hard there on Shaughnessy, and the ball is tipped away, and Sinus picks it up. Mayhew now for the Raiders. Brings it up top, and it goes to Mayhew, or Dwyer wanted to go inside to Paller. It's knocked away. Conway retrieves it back to Mayhew in the middle there to Paller, and it doesn't go, but Dave's going to be fouled on the play. So with 6:32, this will send Paller back to the foul line here for the Raiders. 40-33, 4th-quarter action. And checking in for the Raiders is Bailey and Blickarts. And Birajeklian waiting in the wings here to check in. Paller makes it 40, let's see, it was 40, I think it's 41-33 now. Paller gets 1 of 2, and it's 41-33, and we're down to 6:28 here in the 4th quarter of action. South Burlington High School, the Rebels, and the Raiders. Junior varsity action today. Shaughnessy with a spin move there on Bailey. He puts up the shot, doesn't go, and Blickarts rebounds. It's ahead to Conway. Jake drives into the base, up underneath, and good. Nice play, good passing again here for the Raiders, and back down the other way. We got a little push up. He gets away with it. Back to Torville now. Torville going underneath to Carlson, up and in. Pretty play by the Rebels, and they're down 43-35 now. The Raiders on top with about 5:52 left here in the 4th quarter. Back the other way now. The Raiders call a timeout, and Coach Benetatos wants to talk things over, so we'll take a timeout. You're watching 15. Back here at South Burlington High School, it's 43-35, and the Rutland High Red Raiders with the lead. We got 5:47 left. It'll be a Raider ball out of bounds. Blickarts, nice move inside, and didn't get the bounce. Torville rebounds for South Burlington. He brings it ahead to get these numbers here. We got some subs in. This is Flanagan, and the Price now. Price into Carlson. Got some steps there on Carlson that turns the ball back to the Raiders. Raiders going with Bailey, Mayhew. We got both big boys in there, Blickarts and Birajeklian and Conway. 4 sophomores and a freshman in there in the lineup. Ball tipped away. Nice tip there by Mayhew to, goes underneath. Blickarts gets it in. The tip went from Mayhew to Conway, and Conway got it to Blickarts, and Drew got the 2-point steal by Conway, and I think it was a pass, and he almost put it in there. Ball goes out of bounds to be a South Burlington ball. Looked like Conway wanted to pass it over to Mayhew and actually almost put the ball in. 45-35, the Raiders up by 10, 5:06 left. Shaughnessy inbounds it here. And let's see, checking in here is Carboneau. So we got Carboneau Bailey now. Conway, Blickarts, and Barrett-Jeklian. No, Barrett-Jeklian, or Blickarts is out, Boynton's in. You try to say these words with a B. I mean, got steps on number 20 there. He's a little upset about it. Flanagan turns the ball over for the Rebels. And with the Raiders up by 10 here, 4:46 left in the fourth quarter, it's Bailey, Carboneau, Conway, Boynton, and Barrett-Jeklian. There we go. Boynton gets it, and he puts it in. Boynton's having a heck of a game here for the Raiders. I think that's 18 for Boynton. There's Carlson, and that play's worked a couple times for the Rebels. So they cash in on that one, and it's 47-37 now. 10-point Raider lead, 4:20, and the Rebels seem to keep hanging around here. They don't play like a team that's got a record of 1-13. Nice block there by Turvell, but they're going to get Price on the fall there for the Rebels underneath. And this will send Barrett-Jeklian into the line for the Raiders. How you doing, brother? A little family rivalry going here this afternoon. All in good fun, though. So this sends, let's see, Greg Barrett-Jeklian to the line for Rutland. 4:12 left in the fourth quarter, and the Raiders up by 10. And Barrett-Jeklian makes it 48 now to 37. And he gets them both. Greg Barrett-Jeklian converts the 2 free throws, 49-37. The Raiders up here with 4:08 left here in the fourth quarter from South Burlington High School. Hey, Morton's back in now for South Burlington. Also Johnson, the shot goes up. Working the boards is Bailey. Nice job by Aaron Bailey. Brings it down, and the Raiders back in shape here. Carboneau now running the point out there for Rutland. Gets it back to Bailey. And Bailey back to Carboneau. Goes across court to Conway, and inside to Boynton. And that play's been working all day there. I'll tell you, these guys, they love to go inside there, and it's working real well. And the Raiders are up 51-37 now. Nice combination. You got some kids out here that can shoot the. There's a foul outside there, out in front by Aaron Carboneau of the Raiders. And let's see. We got a. Yeah, that's a 1-on-1. This will send number 21. That's. Or number 22, Morton, for South Burlington to the free throw line. Talking about this Raider team, you got some kids that can shoot the outside shots, and they got a nice combination. They hit their big men underneath. And when it's working, they play well as a unit. And they play some good defense to boot. So 51-39 now. And with 3:26 left, the Raiders bring it up here. This is Carboneau. Aaron stops there, gets it to Aaron Bailey now. 3 Aarons in the ball game. Aaron Bailey, Aaron Boynton, Aaron Carboneau, and Greg Barrett-Jeklian. Carboneau retrieves, brings it back outside. Working against Morton, bounce pass to Conway, and Jake got the front of the rim there, and it hung in. Conway with the bucket, 53-39. The Raiders go up with 2:58 left in the fourth quarter here from South Burlington High School. Price now coming the other way. Well, we got a whistle. Let's see who we got the foul on. Foul's on red, 1-4. That's Aaron Bailey. And Barrett-Jeklian will take a seat, and Drew Blickart's back in. So I'll tell you, one sits down, but the Raiders don't lose anything when. Well, that's a nice thing about, it's got to be an advantage for Coach Benetato. See, he can sub rather freely, and he really doesn't lose anything by with these substitutions. Shot is up there, and they missed a free throw, and it's controlled by Blickarts. Gets it ahead to Carboneau. Carboneau brings it up, and let's see. Working against, well, the ball goes inside, and it's pulled away. Number 13, Brigham. Davis is back in there. He's running the point for the Rebels. 32 gets to Morton, who puts it up, and it doesn't go. Back the other way now with 2:23 left in the contest. The Raiders on top, 53-39. Junior varsity action. The Raiders now. Carboneau working against Davis out there. Here's Blickart's driving the lane. He says, clear out. I'm coming through, and he puts it in. 55-39. I'll tell you, I'm going against him. I wouldn't want to step in front of him either, but at any rate, the Raiders cruising now, and with 1:57 left, there's a shot, and it goes off the rim. But they well, the Rebels got a bag, bounced around, and Boynton puts it into his hands and gives it to Carboneau now. Carboneau bringing it up against Davis for South Burlington. Now into Bailey. Bailey being double teamed out there to Conway. Jake sets it up. And Blickarts keeps it alive off the glass the second time, and finally it goes in. That's nice board work by Blickarts, and 57-39 now. The Raiders extended here with 1:22 left in the lane, and let's see, it went off. Actually, thought it went through Bailey's legs. It must have nicked the socks going through there, and let's see, it'll be a South Burlington ball. Out of the ball game for the Raiders is Boynton and Carboneau. And in is Bloomer and Sinus now. Okay, we're all set. Ball is back in play, and it's picked away by Conway. Nice bounce pass to Matt Bloomer. Bloomer falls down. Unfortunate for Matt, he was down on the floor, and the ball, he made contact with the ball, and he happened to be on the end line. So ball goes back to South Burlington here. We're down to 1:09 now, fourth quarter, 57-39. The Raiders on top. Junior varsity action. We got a big matchup coming up at the varsity level here after this one. Nice rebound down there underneath by the Rebels. That was number 30, Sinai. Kept it alive, and we got a fall underneath. And let's see, I didn't catch the number. I think it was on Sinus. Greg Sinus picked up the personal for the Raiders. So this will put Dahl at the foul line. He's had pretty good luck there at the free throw line. He's only missed one there. You get that one. You got one of two, and it's 57-40, and we're less than a minute to go here at South Burlington. And Dahl is going to pick up the foul out in front here with 48 seconds to go. Kind of a small crowd. I expected a bigger crowd here this afternoon. Of course, it's a beautiful day outside. Temperature looks like it's going to be maybe somewhere in the 20s. So it's a heat wave down here. There's Conway. And Bailey puts it up. Fadeaway jumper. It doesn't go. And well, they're going to get Jake Conway for the foul there. 39 seconds to go, 57-40. The Raiders on top. And at this point, it looks like the Raider JV team will notch its 13th victory. They'll go to 13-2 on the season. And they got a couple of tough ones coming up. They got Hartford, and they've got MSJ next week. And then they'll close it out with Mount Anthony and or Springfield, and then Mount Anthony. There's a rebound, Blickarts to Conway, and doesn't get the basket, but he's fouled on the play. And that'll send Jake Conway here to the foul line to shoot two with 33.3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Conway makes it 58-40. But Conway makes 1 out of 2, and with about 30 seconds left, the Rebels bring it down here. 58-40, the Raiders on top. Looks like a double dribble, I guess not, and they'll let it go. And the Raiders will inbound it here with 16.7 seconds, and I would suspect that the Raiders will hold for one last shot. This is Bloomer now. We got Bloomer, Bailey, Conway, Sinus, and Plicarts here finishing up for the Raiders. Down to 7 seconds. Sinus inside the Plicarts. That thing's been working all day, and why not close it out that way? And it's 60-40, and a shot at the buzzer by the Rebels goes off. So that'll wrap this one up. The score of this one, the Raiders of Rutland High 60, and the Rebels of South Burlington 40. Stick around, we're going to have varsity action following.